glad that we saw that. I'm glad we filled that up and saw it overflowing.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Now it's all right.
All right. We have the
now I guess we can
aquaponic system with the water flowing. First, we have tank number 1, where the main water goes in here as the pump. And then we have the PVC pipe with the aerator bar that pumps the water out of this tank up into the grow beds, also back into the fish tanks. This is the other fish tank where the two grow beds empty each into a fish tank. The auto siphons we have put up, and they have demonstrated that they work. This one is working right now. Okay, the stream that's coming down right there. We got an outer siphon. This siphon out of this grow bed is out into this fish tank. This auto siphon has cut off because it's emptied out the grow bed, and it's cut off and the grow bed is refilling again. Then when this fish tank gets completely full, it has 2 overflows. Okay. The small one and the large one are flowing. And so they circulate the water back into this fish tank. So the water cannot overflow unless it rains and overflows it. We're not able to see through this plastic, but in this one you can see the water fill up and then see it drain again. Now those overflows will drain this bed back down far enough that we can see. We got our, couldn't get any expanded shale, so we got river rock. We got a mixture of, I think they said it was 5-6 or 6-7, and some of pea gravel. Pea gravel is a little smaller than they recommended. The 5-6 or 6-7, whichever it is a little larger. So between the two of them, I think it averages out. The auto siphons worked great. The only thing was the gravel guard was not tall enough. So I had to find these green, whatever they are. Found them at Lowe's. Anyway, they work perfect for keeping the gravel out. We've also had major fire in the fire pit. The fire pit has expanded to become a fire pile. But now, all the wood is gone. So that's good. So, it looks like we're in business. The next thing to do is get the fish. And also, we have to finish filling up this tank. The gravity-fed water tank didn't work after the water level got down to a certain point. So we're going to have to wait for some more rain and for this tank to fill back up before we can put the total water in the system. So that looks pretty good. Water cycle is still cracking. I think I'm going to wait until that cycle is over to show you that it actually does work. Or this one is still, I don't know if you can see that, but this one, the water level is still pretty high. It's the water, but it's like the 3 meters. I don't have 3 meters here. More than you can see. Anyway, this is the inside of the tank with the large overflow. The small overflow is behind the ground. Anyway, looks like it works. Although we put in the auxiliary overflow before we put in the main overflow. Now with this aerator bar, as you can see, that's how the water gets into the grow beds. But it also drains into the fish tank. So we have 3 places there, so that's going to add oxygen to the water. Plus, we have one there, and there are, this one sort of drains down. Have my dowel rods are what provides support to the aerator bar. This hole is right on the dowel rod, and it drains down into here. So that one is going to, let me see, it's going to be random. So there's going to be several addition parts. Now, as you can see, in between here, they have no holes. So it's not losing any that way. It only drains into the bed. And now, here we have, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 holes. Going into here. I could probably add another hole or 2 right here. Well, that would get close to the end. I think we'd start losing a little bit. I might add 1 more. But then we also have, from here, oxygen will come in as the auto cycle kicks in and adds water back. And here, we have But two overflows plus the auto trapper, which will also add oxygen back into this fish tank. This fish tank is where the fish are going to be first. And then we also have the pump. You can look down and see that window. The water's a little cloudy. I did clean out the rocks, but it was hard to get them clean perfectly. Plus, this is rainwater. And so, I think this is going to work. So the next step is to get the fish. Auto siphon, no auto siphon. It's been more than 10 minutes because it's been more than 11 minutes because it began auto siphoning before I started this movie. Can't see the water level in this one. And that overflow is still overflowing. Overflow still overflowing. Auto siphon still auto siphoning. Pump still pumping. Aerator bars still aerating. Ugh. This one. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but it looks like the water line is right there. It's drained it all the way out. Drained all the way out. Down to the bottom. And now it will slowly refill from these holes. I don't know if I should draw any more holes. I don't think so, because see, when we get here, this is running out with pretty much force. Not a lot, but a good amount. But by the time we get down to here, there's considerably less force. I don't know if you can tell that or not. So it looks like we have the right amount of holes because it supplies the water to all the holes. But I don't think there would be a whole lot of pressure on the pump. Because if these holes were coming out at the exact same rate as these holes, then we could say that the pump was stronger than the bar, than the pipe, and that it was adding drag to the pump. By the time we get here, we are down considerably in flow. So it looks like we got it just about right. Now, if I want to add a grow bed on eventually here, which I'm going to need to do, because I have to about right here, so that's another 4 feet. This is where the wall of the greenhouse is going to go. If I add that on, I'm going to have to add onto this bar. But again, I think the pump is going to be strong enough that it will send it another 4 feet. Thank you. 15 minutes. So it takes more than 15 minutes to empty this bed. Well, the pump I got is able to pump 5 to 7 gallons an hour. No, 5 to 7 gallons a minute. That's right. So if it pumps 5 gallons a minute, 5 times 60 is 300. It pumps 300 gallons. If it pumps 7, it pumps 420. I think when all is said and done, I'm going to have about 400 gallons of water. Well, let's see here. Let's see where my measuring line is. My measuring line is going to be over here, right here. $175. So there's 175 gallons. So when we get up to here, we're probably at 200. If not 200, we're real close to it. Okay, so this one, we'll say there's 200 gallons when it's full. This one is also 175 right there. So by the time we get up here, we should be at 200. So, somewhere between 350 and 400 gallons of water total in the system. So if it pumps 5 gallons a minute, that's 300 gallons an hour. So that moves it like they recommended. Pretty close. Close enough. Well, this overflow is still overflowing. I don't know if you can tell there or not, but this water cycle is cut off. Now, the problem will be getting the fish out of here, because I set these over here, and I'm glad I did, because if there's any leak, and I may have some minor leaks, it leaks back into the, I might have the minor leak from where the auto siphon exits the grow bed. So if there is, it leaks back into the fish tank. I don't lose any water. This one has considerable more room, and this is where I'm going to keep the big fish, the ones that I'm going to eat. So I can reach in there with a net, I think, to catch fish. I can also reach in here with a net. There's enough room to reach in here with a net and snag up some fish. What'll be most difficult is when I'm trying to catch the baby fish, take them out of this one after they're born and move them into that one. So that will present the most challenge. But I think I'll be able to do it. I think I will. Okay, so the only thing that remains is to get enough water in here to fill this tank up completely. There we get the fish on plants. See when that auto cycle will stop firing in 20 minutes. I'm wondering if... No, it's cut off before. I've seen it cut off before. Probably... How many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Huh, well, I didn't plan it that way. But that's the way it is. So it's 22 because this one really sort of drains back out into the bed, which is fine. So, but sometimes, see, the wind blows in and out like that, it's blowing into the bed. So the rate of incoming water should be roughly the same. The only thing is, like I said, this one, the flow rate is stronger than the flow rate here. So this bed might be filling back up more quickly. So it may be staying ahead of the auto cycle for a longer period of time. Since I can't see through the side, I can't see what's going on. Okay, but I think this is a good system. And I will next show an update when I get the fish and the plants. Now I'm going to grow tomatoes. I'm not sure how yet. I'm going to grow onions. And I don't know what else. Here, perhaps you can see the overflow is still overflowing. Out of fact and still out of fact. I don't yet have my dedicated line run, so I'm running off an extension cord. But I'm going to get my dedicated line soon. Yep. Okay. We'll make one more check to see if that auto cycle has ended. Oh, I know what I should do. We will stop it from flowing back in. And then it won't have anything to catch up with. Aha! Now look at that, see? It's slowing down. Slowing down. Yeah. That's what it is. Ah, look at that. He's cut off. Just like that. And now there it looks like there's this light bit from it. And then that's it. Bit. Bit. There's a very slight drip from it. But see now it's cut off. Huh. My flow rate into this bed it's a little too high because the autocyclone can't keep up with it. So that means the auto siphon will never kick off. And it'll never fill back up all the way. Or it could be that the auto siphon is just very slowly ahead of it, and eventually it will kick off and then fill back up. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, as you can see now, this auto siphon has been turned off for a while. And we're going to drain the rest of that out of the main overflow. And back into tank number 1. And as you can see, the water level right here is up to nearly 125 gallons already. So, I don't have a whole lot of water to add. Okay.